Good for you. Nice work. That's a beast of a march. Impressive. All the elements of good playing were there. Your tone is controlled. It's beautiful. Your tuning is right on. Almost always you interpreted the rhythmic figures consistently and in every way that makes sense. Your interpretation added everything to it that I think was supposed to be there. Obviously, your technique was very solid, or you couldn't have played that piece. So, nice work. Consistently good phrase endings, and it takes a lot of focus to be that careful every time. Nice work. It is very effective. The little minor things that I'm mentioning to you are just, you guys have reached a level of playing that supersedes most students' experience in high school. So I don't want you to believe there's nowhere else to go. There's still more. There's still more. Demand it. Bravo. Yeah, take a bow. You deserve it. Well done, ladies and gentlemen. Wow. Well, I'm happy to report I don't have many negative things to say about that. It was just, it was a marvelous performance. Right down the line, we could talk about all the sections. We can talk about your tone that is so characteristic and well conceived. It's beautiful all the time, and part of that is that you play in tune so well that it contributes to the beauty of the overall sound. And those two things are hard to get, especially when you're pushing your technical skills to the limit, as you just did in that last piece. Maybe it's to the limit. You certainly didn't seem to have any trouble doing it, so maybe it's not the limit, but you certainly were testing them. And, it was from the sound to the concept of rhythm and interpretation of rhythmic figures, which there was a lot of that, a lot of complex rhythms going in there. And the whole time you're doing that, with the exception of one or two minor areas, the pulse remained constant, and those things were done without distraction. And so when we talk about technique, well, that's an A. I mean, you guys are playing way beyond your years in terms of technique. It was well done. Our articulations, your ability to navigate through difficult passages, play with the right sound, and I loved the interpretation as well, which is, it starts with your conductor. All of you interpret. It's obvious that you're sophisticated enough and well along the way of being fine musicians, where you all have your idea and you're following the lead of your excellent band director. So when you combine that, a bunch of people that all seem to play with great sound, they have great skills, they play in tune, they you have well-conceived idea of how rhythms should be played, and you challenge yourself with the most difficult ones that you would probably find in most pieces. And at the same time, you've got the leadership that you have. What a combination. I hope you appreciate these days in high school band, because it doesn't continue that way as you go on to other things. Although I want to tell you, I play still today in a group that we have musicians in there from 20 years old to 70 years old. So there is musical life beyond high school, and I sincerely hope that you take advantage of that, because this is a lifelong skill, and it does not have to end here. Either playing in college, and then after that, there are community groups all over the country. In almost every town, you can find somewhere to play and sort of satiate your musical appetite. And I certainly encourage you to to consider that as you move on in your lives. So where do you go from here after a performance like that? All I can tell you is as long as I've been playing, I've never felt that I'm as good as I should be. So my advice to you is every one of you decide what is it that you could do to make yourself a better player. Because if you, starting where you are right now, which is awesome, if you go further than that, then you're going to redefine what awesome is in your life. It will be spectacular. So don't be complacent. Don't accept this as good enough, because there's always more. There's more music, there's more levels, there's more that you can do in terms of discovering the artistry in the pieces you play. It's a never-ending thing, and that's why music is so wonderful. And it's such a human thing to do. It needs no excuse to do other than its own value. Music for the sake of music, and you guys certainly are doing that. So you better thank that conductor every day you come into band. I'll tell you what, he is on board. He's 100%. He is with you. He cares about you, and he does things behind the scenes that you have no idea to make this happen for you. So please thank him as often as you can. And I do think in this case, once again, cookies are appropriate. And for me, it was pies. The last rule of my classroom rules was the maestro loves pies and all fruit flavors. Well, it's not a bad thing getting the maestro a pie. But mostly just give him your gratitude and your respect. And I see that on the stage. And it's gratifying for me to be part of this performance tonight. So thank you very much for playing. I hope I get a chance to hear you again. It was certainly my pleasure, and I hope it was yours. And good luck in the future. Although I don't think luck's going to have much to do with it. You've got a nice future ahead of you. So how about good evening? I hope I get to talk to you again. Bye for now.